Dude, Luke, the printer's still busted. What the fuck, man?
How's it going, everyone? Welcome to episode 39 of the Topless Robot podcast. My name is Ryan.
And I am not dead.
I'm Tyler.
I am dead.
And E3 has ended. I think today was the last day of E3, right?
Forever!
I honestly can't remember.
I think it's
Actually might be forever,
I
yes.
know.
It very well might be forever.
honestly, I didn't notice because this E3 was a little bit underwhelming.
So since the last episode happened during Microsoft's press conference and gave us the opportunity to live comment during that press conference, I thought that this episode we could go over some of the things that were revealed throughout the week that we didn't get an opportunity to talk about on last episode.
Oh, all the good stuff.
That's arguable.
No, I just mean like only the stuff that we like.
Yeah, I mean, so, we can start with Bethesda's press conference, which was that night. Dan and I watched some of that.
It was an
I did
empty
too.
bag.
I was
right?
there.
Were you there?
Tyler
I was
there.
there.
I don't remember Tyler being there.
You know what? I see how much
don't
I'm
remember
wanted.
Bethesda
But
really
Dan
being
and
there
I,
anyways,
Dan and
so-
I watched some of that, and I guess Tyler was there too.
Was it an empty bag of farts?
It had dragons.
Yep,
There's lots
everything.
of dragons. Whoa, dragons!
Oh my
real quick.
god!
Were they?
Fallout 76.
Yeah.
Battle Royale mode.
Wow.
Woo! The thing that no one asked for.
So for
still
some
getting.
reason, Bethesda thought that the way to fix Fallout 76 was to add a battle royale.
It sure will make them money. To them,
Maybe?
that's fixing it.
Will it?
Will it though?
Are people gonna buy the
People
game?
will do anything to
I
play
feel like-
shitty Battle Royale games these days. Do you guys not know this?
At least those people that don't have discerning taste.
Well, I was
feel
hoping
like the people playing Fallout 76 are not necessarily the same people that would like. It seems like slightly different.
The only people who are
demographics.
still playing Fallout 76 are people who ride Bethesda's dick real hard.
Yeah.
Bethesda could put anything into Fallout 76 and those people will still play it.
And aside from that, the other step that they're taking to try and fix Fallout 76 is all of the features that they
real
said
game has.
about Fallout 76 when they announced it and when it released.
No NPCs. This is an entirely everyone you encounter is going to be a player. This and that. They're going back on all of it. Every last bit of it.
In other words, they're making the game.
The return of NPCs. Yes, they're making the game. And world lore is no longer going to be just kind of fed to you through shit that you find around. And supposedly there is going to be world lore.
Fallout lore was never good, so it doesn't matter.
Hey, war never changes.
Never changes. Crawl out through the fallout,
I
baby.
feel like. I feel like it did change just momentarily.
Just for a brief period.
Then they're changing it back. So
War.
Yeah, and then they're changing it back.
War briefly changes. When you get Ron Perlman to say that.
War briefly changes.
And then we lose money, so we change it back.
So Fallout.
Has anyone else
76?
played Fallout 76?
No, I just laugh at it.
No, I'm not an idiot.
I bought
You
the
take me as.
Tricentennial pack when
I don't
it
let
came
people
out.
fleece
Did
me.
Did you get your canvas bag
Oh,
yet?
that's not
or-
what the Tricentennial pack was.
Oh, it wasn't? Okay. I was,
Tricentennial was like
get the
some
45?
in-game things. And
oh,
shit like that.
I thought.
have no
Okay,
idea.
sorry.
Oh.
So you
At
didn't
least I
get
think
the,
so.
because I know M got the.
Yeah, M got
the
but
full collector's pack, right?
Yes, with the helmet and everything.
And has she gotten her
No.
bag yet? Because
No,
they're
but
sending out
apparently
those
they
canvas
just
bags,
started
right?
arriving. Yeah.
My favorite part of that canvas bag thing, it's like they're finally sending what they were supposed to give, and it's in a little tiny thing. Like, have you seen the pictures?
No, I haven't.
Oh, they ship it, and like the bag is pretty big, and they ship it in this little vacuum sealed package, and you pull it out. It's like completely wrinkly and horrible looking.
Do you have to throw it in water and let it expand overnight? Look,
it's a sponge dinosaur. Yeah. Oh my God.
Bethesda,
but it's the power armor. It's like, oh look.
Yeah, at this point, if you weren't already done with Bethesda,
And
you're
if you
not
weren't already. How?
Yeah.
Fucking how?
Well, and that's kind of what I'm getting at is if you weren't already done with Bethesda, you're not going to be done with them now. The people who were not yet done with Bethesda watched that presentation and applauded it, where the rest of us just groaned and I saw plenty of people who were praising them for making the changes that were necessary in order to make a better game and
What do you mean to
listening
make a
to
game?
the community and in order to make those better changes. No, dude, they've done this time and time again and they fuck up over and over and over again. I've been checked out for a long time. The only redeeming branch of Bethesda right now is id.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
It's just like how people still like BioWare after all the things BioWare has done to shit on.
Oh, Anthem. You know, Anthem is $30 right now.
Is it? Oh no.
I have a friend.
Well,
I have a friend who really liked it. Told me that he wanted me to play with him, and I told him, "Don't buy me a copy." He still bought me a fucking copy, and I redeemed it and never launched it.
The flight mechanics are great.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Because they built that really cool flight mechanic system. Like, oh wait, we're supposed to do something.
We have to
else
make a
with
game
it?
around this.
What?
Oh, shit.
What?
Yeah, it's people who just fall in love with a game developer and forgive all of the faults, even when there's no graces to excuse them. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
I don't know how people still watch Bethesda's conference and just like, oh yeah, they're doing the same thing they've been doing, and I love it.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
Yeah.
Like, you're just objectively wrong.
Yeah.
Bethesda fleaces people regularly, and their fans are just okay with it.
I want to I wish we could find the dude who was just overtly excited at the Bethesda conference.
Yeah.
When at every single thing, I want to interview him and just ask why.
Those were drunk frat boys. That's been confirmed.
Oh, what?
Yeah, they were just a bunch of drunk frat dudes, pretty much, who were just they were fucked up in the first row and just screaming like, "Yeah!"
Are you
Yeah,
serious?
those guys were really drunk.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
That's amazing.
That
I mean,
is hilarious.
you know, it's a hallmark of the fandom, right?
How else could you enjoy Bethesda?
That's the only mystery solved.
And
you just
then-
have to be really fucked up.
So-
Before I played Bethesda games, I'd do a whole lot of ketamine.
There was another thing that came from the Bethesda conference that literally made me mad. Commander Keen Mobile. They're like, oh, Commander Keen, you guys remember? She's like,
Commander Keen alone.
And the way she announced it, she goes, things that we all love. Saturday morning cartoons and mobile games. And the second she said mobile games, I was like, no. No. Mobile games are wrought with microtransactions, and they're half-assed put together, and there are very few exceptions to that.
Corporate cash grabs.
Yeah.
You know,
But not only was I checked out the second she said mobile games. I'm like, okay, Bethesda's announcing a mobile game. I could not give any fucks about this whatsoever.
oh, it's gonna be as cool as a Diablo mobile.
Then they
Don't
go
you guys have phones?
Commander Keen.
Your rage
And
woke you up.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Hold on a second. You're going to revive one of the building blocks of one of the best studios in
leave
computer
Apogee alone,
gaming,
guys.
and you're going to devolve it. You're going to reduce it to a fucking microtransaction cash grab mobile game. Fuck you.
Can't wait to get those Commander Key bucks.
I do want to give.
Thou sayest.
There was some good stuff in the Bethesda conference, though. Ghostwire Tokyo looked sick.
Okay, Ghostline Tokyo did look sick.
And then
but we know nothing about it. All we saw was a cinematic.
It's also a mobile game.
Yeah, Christ. Also, what's her face was fucking
she was
the only
adorable.
genuinely happy person that we saw at any of those press conferences. The only person who just like seemed happy to be there and excited to share with the world what she's been working on.
Ikumi Nakamura.
Yeah.
Nakamura.
And she was fucking great.
Yeah, she was amazing. And I know it's just a very well crafted cinematic, but I'm legit stoked for it. I can't wait to see more.
I'm very curious what it's about.
Me too. And then Deathloop looked really cool too.
Deathloop. Oh, that's right.
That was the one where it's like the two people that are locked in eternal combat and whatever.
Yeah.
Seems
That
to be
did
a little
look
bit
very,
of
very
more
neat.
going more on the Groundhog Day stuff that we've been getting a lot of recently,
Which is really
which
weird.
I'm totally
like.
I'm happy with it. It's
what
cool.
was that? Was that like
That one-
apartment game, 12 rooms or something?
Yeah.
10. It was 12 seconds.
12 seconds.
And also a game that recently came out that's available on Game Pass, Outer Wilds, has a Groundhog Day element to it. Spoilers. You'll learn about it the second you die, but with Outer Wilds, it's like kind of an open world sort of thing where you can like you're basically you get into a rocket ship. Your culture is like it looks fairly simple and everything, but it's open world exploration. My buddy Tyler, not this dumbass, but other
He wouldn't
Tyler.
say buddy in the same phrase.
Exactly.
My buddy Tyler describes it as No Man's Sky, but good. Because instead of a billion procedurally generated worlds, it's a handful of very, precisely handcrafted worlds to explore.
Okay.
And the second that I jumped into the ship, which is very quick, like you have to do one little thing and get the launch codes on your home planet before you get into the ship. The second I launched in the ship, I didn't realize what I was doing and wasn't paying close enough attention, went straight into the sun.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like how did you miss the sun?
Well, it wasn't that I missed
Ooh,
the
shiny.
sun.
Well, he went.
I'm just imagining you mothing your way into the sun.
It
Well, he
wasn't
went at night.
that I'm. God damn it. It wasn't that I missed the
That was
sun.
me
It was
leaving.
that I failed to anticipate the gravitational pull of the sun.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm just imagining. Ooh, what's that bright circle in the sky?
as I'm like kind of buzzing it, I'm like, I want to get over there, and I just came a little bit too close to the sun. Didn't realize that I was getting pulled into it.
You should have slingshot around the sun and went back to the 80s and saved the whales,
Yeah, you're selfish, Ryan.
Yeah,
Selfish.
yeah,
Should have pulled a Star Trek 4.
yeah. Well, yeah, I know.
Well, speaking of
I'm
nothing,
so disappointed in that.
Yeah.
nothing awkward transition, the Dark Crystal game.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I'm excited for that.
I'm
It's a turn-based strategy.
I'm curious to see if it's gonna be mechanically good, because I love Dark Crystal.
I love the Dark Crystal too, but I'm concerned that it's going to be
Bleh.
like it's just something
Yeah.
that they threw together because Dark Crystal.
Yeah, well, I mean,
like the work
they got
of
that
it.
show coming out, and I'm not sure if that's coming in tandem with the show. I don't know if the show's gonna be any good.
The show is using all practical effects and puppetry.
Yes, I've been watching.
So did the trailer for that.
I've been watching. There's a YouTube channel on. I've mentioned this before. Defunctland is doing like
Yeah.
a Muppets thing, and they just put out their most recent video on Fraggle Rock. But they also talked about they went all into it, and I didn't realize how much. Like, I did not realize it was going on at the same time that he was making the Dark Crystal, and he was talking about the Dark Crystal for a little bit, and then moving on to the Fraggle Rock stuff, and it got me pumped for the new show, because of if it's gonna look exactly like this but gonna be like kind of a prequel thing. Number one, I already know that everyone's gonna die, because the last two Gelflings weren't there, so
Spoilers.
You know what? It's been out for fucking ever, dude.
Yeah.
All right.
I used to have a collector's edition DVD of the Dark Crystal that had a recreation of Jim Henson's notebook while he was working on the movie, and like it was pretty thick, and it was actually just like digitally scanned pages from his working notebook while he was working on the movie. It was fucking rad.
That sounds dope.
Yeah. Very, very cool. Yeah, I'm stoked for that, but I don't know about the game. Turn-based strategy thing that looks like just trying to capitalize on people getting super stoked about property that hasn't seen any action in, 30 years.
I liked the work that they put into the gameplay announcement trailer, like actually having one of the puppets and like doing
Well, that's just a we got a puppet in the back.
Yeah, right.
Hey, it looked cool, and like the writing was interesting.
We got money to make.
I don't know. I feel like it could be. I'm hoping it's not a cash grab.
Yeah, we'll see. Ubisoft's press conference was completely pointless. Mm-hmm. It was half an hour of Watch Dogs Legion, which actually looks kind of cool. Like I enjoyed Watch Dogs 2, and in Watch Dogs Legion, you can actually like recruit. You're not a single character in that.
You can recruit everybody.
You can recruit everyone and be any other character.
Oh, okay.
Which
I
is
have
pretty
not
neat.
liked either of the
Including
Watch
a
Dogs
grandma
games.
with a desert eagle.
Which was
was
funny.
fucking great. It was very, very funny.
Sick.
That alone might be worth it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to give a shit about the rest of it because I didn't like Watch Dogs very much.
I enjoyed Watch Dogs 2. Watch Dogs 1 gets kind of...
I got bored with
Watch Dogs 2 I really enjoyed.
with the first Watch Dogs game. I didn't realize I didn't really put that much effort into it because I was just like, okay. We'll go back
Also,
to Mega
both
Man.
of the Watch Dogs games have music from friends of mine in it.
That's cool.
So, like, Masked Intruder and Direct Hit are both in Watch Dogs 2. I can't remember who was in Watch Dogs 1. But, like, it's just... They come up on the radio while you're riding around or whatever. And it's, really cool.
Hell yeah.
For me, Watch Dogs
games.
1 and 2, and then now Legion. It's every time I get hyped for the trailer. The trailer looks cool, and then I play it, and I'm just like done with it within a couple hours. I just don't like it. Like, I feel like it fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me, I'm not gonna get fooled a third time.
You're gonna get.
It
shamed.
looks cool.
All right, George W.
We won't get fooled again.
I won't get fooled again.
The I mean it
Shoot at you now.
it looked neat, but they didn't need to spend half an hour on it. But maybe they did have they didn't have a lot. So then they also spent half an hour on Tom Clancy games, which I don't give a shit about.
It's not really my
I
scene,
get
man.
why they have a lot of. That's such a
Sure.
popular game.
But then there was the surprise. Rob McElhenney from Always Sunny in Philadelphia coming out and announcing that they're doing a show for that focuses on
Oh
game.
yeah.
Like he plays an egomaniacal game dev who has a successful MMO, and they're about to release an expansion to it.
That should be.
The show looks interesting. I just want to point out it is only going to be available on Apple TV.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
What?
What the hell is
Yeah.
that?
Next.
But it's the team. It's the full team behind Always Sunny.
Well,
is
they just need
cool.
to just make an Always Sunny FPS. All right. I want to be able to use the rum ham as a
Just call it.
tactical weapon.
Just call it like Frank's Bad Day or something. And
or a fantasy RPG
Oh, if
with,
I can-
with Dayman and Nightman.
I would.
If I can run around as
definitely
Danny
play that.
DeVito with a shotgun and just
you run around as a greasy Danny DeVito in his underwear with a shotgun.
the melee weapon is the rum ham.
Or greased up watermelon.
But so that sounds neat and all, but I don't think that it needed to be in the Ubisoft presser.
Why was it?
Well,
in the
they couldn't
Ubisoft
get
presser?
Keanu Reeves.
Because in order to make sure that they get elements of this show right for writing purposes, they were shadowing Ubisoft basically. Like they,
I
partnered
missed that
with
part
Ubisoft
of
for
it.
that. Yeah.
It's going to be realistic in the sense that none of this is real.
But
what
that
kind of market is there going to be for that? People that have to buy an Apple TV, like they're not going to get a ton of views.
well, it's not going to be for the Apple TV. It's for Apple TV, not
okay.
the device, the service.
Okay,
so
okay,
you
okay,
can
okay.
because you can get video,
But they
and
have
shit.
this. I thought that the service was really only if you can only get the app for Apple TV, like Apple TV service, if you have Apple
Download
TV.
iTunes. Well, they're getting rid of iTunes. But
Old man.
all that shit,
Still,
all of that you can access via software. You just have to watch it on your computer.
Which is dumb.
still stupid.
And that basically takes care of Ubisoft. Square-Enix had the strongest start with Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah.
I'm kind of into Crystal Chronicles Remastered.
Yeah,
I'm pretty into that as well.
I never played the original, so
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's
When it came out, I was super skeptical because the whole carrying thing around in order to keep yourself protected, like that mechanic seemed a little rough.
it's a little tedious, but it's still a fun game.
I
Sure.
liked Crystal Chronicles. That's when I played. So
And besides, every Final Fantasy game has some dumb tedium in it. Like
yes. All of 8.
But we saw the most amount of gameplay of the Final Fantasy VII remake,
and it looks incredible.
and they announced that they had a playable demo, and so I have friends who had scheduled time to play that, and I haven't heard back from them yet. I assume it's because they're dead.
It's that good.
It's actually not a game. They're like, here's the demo in here, and you walk
pick
in
up the
and-
control and a gun just comes out of the screen.
It just makes me think of the first episode of Futurama where he walks into a suicide booth and he's, I'd like to make a call. You have selected slow and painful. We also learned that Final Fantasy VII remake. We've known that it's going to be episodic, but this first episode is going to be 2 Blu-rays worth of assets, and they're saying that it all takes place. It's only Midgar.
Okay, so it's like the first disc.
Exactly. It's the first disc, and it's going to have as much playtime as a full-fledged Final Fantasy game. So like 60 to 100 hours.
Honestly, that
Only
makes
12
sense.
of it is important.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense as far as like if they're making it bigger, because there was already a lot to do, in that first disc. Like I know a few people like my roommate that never made it past the first disc, and it took them forever because they weren't RPG people. But there's just so much in like the beginning of the game that it's just like not even like you're not gonna run out of things to do pretty quickly. So
Shit, man, I'll spend that 60 hours in Honeybee Manor.
yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. I know that they're wanting to take the opportunity to do a lot more world building with it. So they're going to be telling a lot more story.
And I'm sure we're gonna have more NPCs to talk to.
Probably.
That's one thing that I love about in RPGs is going around and talk to everyone. You're like, okay, what am I gonna learn? I am error.
I really hope that they take the opportunity to go into Zach's story and basically incorporate a lot of the Crisis Core stuff into the 7 proper.
That would be really smart. Do that in flashbacks.
Yeah, right.
Where you have to play a bunch of stages.
Like they did in 8 with Laguna.
Yeah. And the Man with the Machine Gun track, which is the best track from Final Fantasy VIII, in my opinion.
Yep.
What did you think about the combat system and how that?
I think it looks great.
I know a lot of people are super disappointed that it's not just going to be turn-based, but I thought it looked really fun. Like it looks really cool.
Turn-based has its place, and I don't think that the battle style defines a game.
No.
So, like, I don't want to go back into Final Fantasy VII to do, turn-based combat. Like, that's not the first thing that comes to mind. The first thing that comes to mind for me is the world there. The whole reason I want, to go back to Final Fantasy VII is to go back into that world, not necessarily to go back into the old turn-based style battle. There's a lot more there to it than just that.
Well, you're also gonna sell that game better to people that don't have memories of playing Final Fantasy VII in the first place, or that they don't like JRPGs in that old traditional sense. Because I didn't play that shit for a long time because I was just like, I had a limited amount of time to play games. I had like an hour a day, and when I was in school, and it was like, well, am I going to spend an hour reading things and scrolling through text, or am I gonna fucking upgrade my Mega Buster and blow the shit out of some fucking robots? And I made the right choice for the time that I had. But if I had the run of my PlayStation at the time, then I would have probably done that no problem.
I like the idea that they're not, it's a reinvention, not a remaster.
Yeah.
And they're taking it and they're taking an old style and putting in, not only changing or putting you in this world and with new graphics and new everything, and you're getting more story and everything, but you're also reimagining the game completely. It's a new game,
and
which is more important than just rehashing the same experience.
And that's something that we've talked about in the past. Actually, probably about Final Fantasy VII when whenever it first came up on the podcast, is like that's how you revisit a game. You revisit it and you improve it for the modern times. You don't do a direct replication of it. If you do that, it's a remaster, not a remake.
I have this weird idea. If you want to play the regular Final Fantasy VII, fucking play that one.
It's on everything.
Yeah,
if you wanted
on the Switch.
If you wanted the remake to literally just be an up-resing and tit for tat be the exact same game, sorry, you have no imagination.
Yeah.
Like, you already have that game.
Yeah.
Play it. I don't get that. It's just a shameless cash grab at that point. If it's just, we just remade the game but made it look a little prettier. Please buy it for $50.
Yeah. I think the fighting style looks great.
It looks so
and
much
just
fun.
watching
That
that
battle?
first boss battle, that with the scorpion robot looked fucking phenomenal.
I remember
Looked out.
The
remember that
strategy with
asshole.
the fighting too is really interesting. Like with the being able to pause, kind of slow down combat, and
Yeah.
Yeah, that updated combat system might be the only reason I actually buy that. If it was going to be just regular Final Fantasy, if it was just a complete rehashing, I wouldn't have bought it.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Yeah. What the fuck else was on Square Enix's thing? I got super blinded by Final Fantasy VII. Like, that's all I remember out of that. And then there was a lot of stuff where I was like, okay, great, whatever.
Yeah, most of what Square does I don't enjoy, so I didn't pay much attention.
Yeah. What did they talk about? Dragon Quest Builders 2 or something?
Yeah,
Yes,
Dragon
they
Quest
did.
Builders 2 did come up. And Dragon Quest 11 on Switch came up. But I think that's pretty much it. And, same kind of meh tone out of Nintendo's press conference for me, or Nintendo's Direct for me.
I was pretty excited about a couple of things. Like,
But it was all stuff that was announced.
I already
months
knew
ago.
about it. Like
Breath of the Wild 2 though.
Yeah. You remember how we made fun of Bethesda for coming out and saying, hey guys, we're working on Elder Scrolls 6. That was Nintendo doing what we made fun of Bethesda for last year. Hey, this game that is the most popular game franchise that we fucking have? Hey, did you know we're working on a sequel? Oh, fuck.
Argue it's different because Zelda is not necessarily sequential normally.
No, it is not necessarily sequential
And the fact that it's actually a direct sequel to
Or
Breath
prequel.
of the Wild, or prequel to Breath of the Wild, that is different. That's news. That is an interesting thing. This is the first time that we've seen that since
desiccated Ganon too.
well, besides like the Spirit Tracks and whatnot on the DS,
Majora's Mask.
Majora's Mask is a direct
Or
sequel
Zelda 2.
to.
Zelda 2, yeah.
But that's the first time since. But yeah, that is news. That's different. Like, I think that's exciting to me because we're going to see more in this world.
long as
There's
it's, like,
also
super
a lot
different.
of talk about it being potentially about there being a co-op element to it.
Yeah.
And Nintendo, like, there's a lot of people.
There can be lots of talk about that, but all of that talk is based 100% on a 10-second trailer.
Yes.
A 10-second cinematic trailer.
Understand. But the thing
it's
is,
going to be
too,
incredible. I've already pre-ordered it.
Like, so people are also making the leap that they think that this is going to incorporate Twilight Princess elements.
I heard people were wondering.
Based off of a 10-second cinematic trailer.
Well, people apparently don't have enough to do, and they just kind of want to speculate because that's what they want to do. They hone in on their fandom so hard that if they were to tweet, if this was a tweet, just like, Breath of the Wild 2, blah, 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 people would already have like 20 fucking fan theories about it.
Yeah.
Let alone, I don't even want to know what's going on in people's brains on the internet right now about it. It's like, well, here's how we're going to connect this to Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword and Spirit Tracks and Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
It's
ridiculous.
Luigi's Mansion 3, though.
Luigi's Mansion 3.
Luigi's going to be interesting. A whole, again.
But we knew
co-op.
Luigi's Mansion 3 was being made.
Yeah.
But we got to see a whole bunch more about
Yeah,
it.
it's good to see gameplay, and I think it's going to be fun because it's Luigi's Mansion, which is a good fucking game.
It was cool
I
seeing,
enjoyed both Luigi's Mansion and Dark Moon a lot.
Dark Moon.
But Luigi's Mansion 3, yay! I'm excited for it. Yes, it's not new information. We did get a release date for Link's Awakening. Which
Yes, we did.
And we now know that
September
there's going to be
20th.
a level building component.
yeah, and the dungeon
component.
building component to it.
And that amiibo looks
So-
adorable, by the way.
Yes.
Yes,
does.
the amiibo looks adorable. Now that it has a release date, it's in the upcoming releases in the eShop.
Mm-hmm.
Link's Awakening is going to be a $60 game.
Better be really good.
That is.
I was not expecting that to be a full price
AAA price title.
Well, I mean, the games itself, the original game, I should say, is pretty long. Because, like, there's a lot to do. And I hope that they've added to it. You know what I mean? Instead
Sure.
of just a straight, like we were talking about, just a straight reskinning of the game. Because, like, it's a really fun game. I love the mechanic and stuff like that, particularly. And I feel like if they're going to charge that much money, I feel like Nintendo's got other stuff they're going to do.
Yeah, I hope that that's the case. I expected it to be a $30 title.
Maybe like bigger dungeons.
How about No More Heroes 3? Excited for No More Heroes 3?
I am excited for No More Heroes
That was one that we didn't know about.
That is one that we didn't know about.
That one was out of left field. I'm sitting there, what? No More Heroes 3
I was
coming
watching it.
out?
And I was like, is this No More Heroes? And then
Yeah,
sure
that's
enough, so there was Zeke, and was like, is that No More? Yep.
Yep. I did the same thing. I love No More Heroes, and frankly, just about anything else that Suda51 does. Let him be weird. Just please let him keep being weird and putting out weird fucking games because I'm all for it. Though the No More Heroes game that is out on Switch right now is not great.
No.
It's
But
fun, but it's
also-
repetitive.
It's also an offshoot more than just a
Right,
true-
it's an offshoot,
yeah.
but that doesn't mean like I'm not saying I was expecting it to have all the same elements of the No More Heroes mainline series, but make it good.
Fair.
Like
That's
it's
fair.
made by the same fucking team. That's it. Oh, it's not a main No More Heroes title. Doesn't mean it has to be a shitty game.
That's a good point.
What else
All
did
I'm
we
saying
get?
is I was less disappointed in the Nintendo conference than you because I Nintendo doesn't pull out all the stops for E3 anymore. They never have. They haven't been doing that for like the last couple years. They have their Nintendo Directs that they do every once in a while. We get big news mattered throughout the year. We had the new
Which is what Sony is doing too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which
the new
Sony and
Pokemon
Nintendo are
thing.
both doing the same thing, and like Pokemon wasn't even announced at E3. I don't believe, was it?
No,
Sword and
Pokemon
Shield?
Sword and Shield was
a
announced
random
during a
Nintendo
direct.
Yeah.
during the middle.
And
of the year.
I'm actually kind of excited about that.
Which I
I
overworld
I know you're not
elements
Pokemon,
with
I will check it out.
Pokemon in the overworld instead of random battles.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, they do have the random battles, so there's a little bit of surprise. It's like it's a mix apparently.
Pokemon
Okay.
in the overworld was already a thing.
On Let's Go Pikachu and
And
Let's Go Eevee.
Sun and Moon.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, was it that way in
Slightly.
Sun and Moon as well?
Slightly, not as much.
What's
Oh,
the
they
difference?
didn't have.
It's different.
You could
now.
see the encounter waiting for
Yeah,
you.
I guess.
It's
It's been a while since I jumped into Moon, so I don't remember.
well, I mean, there's from what they were saying, it looks like they took that and they're like, well, this is gonna be on a console, so we're gonna add stuff to that.
Sure.
Like, gonna have weather conditions and your character can like try to taunt Pokemon out, like whistling.
You can
and
whistle.
you can use items and to attract certain kinds, and you have to come back at certain weather conditions and stuff like that. That looks cool. I'm just excited for a Pokemon game on a console because Zeke and I are both he's gonna get one, I'm gonna get the other.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be able to just kind of duke it out on the couch,
The
which is why I haven't played a Pokemon in a long time, because it meant that I had to have a handheld and someone else had to have the same handheld, and I had to like that person enough to want to play Pokemon.
Apparently, I guess the big news out of that was that you could only transfer Pokemon from the region.
Yeah,
So you
but
can't actually.
people are
People are
pissed.
so
Yeah.
pissed.
People are really
I'm
mad.
feeding off of their
People
anger.
are
It's
really,
so
really
funny
mad
to
about
me.
I,
For me, it's a big.
Can you imagine
I never
caring
got big
so
into
much
Pokemon.
about Pokemon that it pisses you off that you can't carry your Pokemon through the different games. God, fuck you.
I have so many friends. My Facebook feed is just filled with Pokemon. Like, why? This is the worst. And I'm like, I love Pokemon.
No one wants your team
I
of
never
level
was a
100
Pokemon bank
Snorlaxes
guy.
in this fucking game.
Yeah.
I'm excited for gigantic Pokemon.
That looked dumb to me.
I think it looks
I
cool.
was like, okay,
I think it looks super cool.
calm
and
my
it's
memories.
Kind of something that they already did before. Like in Let's Go, you've got large Pokemon and
And like
smaller
Pokemon Go, you
and
have
shit like
varying
that.
This is like
sizes.
the
and stuff
Dynamax
like that.
thing, though, is what I'm talking about.
No, I know.
They did not have gigantic skyscraper-sized Pokemon.
Yeah,
No,
but
not
they had
necessarily.
Z Evolution or
Yeah.
the Z Crystals thing.
But
and
that
then
changed. That was a different
Mega
evolution.
Evolutions.
It didn't make them gigantic. I want giant Pokemon. That's cool.
I don't care enough about
a weird
Pokemon to be incredibly dogmatic about any of that stuff. I just like playing Pokemon. It's fun, and I hope that it's fun. That's really all I want out of it.
Yeah.
I want to have a good time.
If you like Pokemon, you will like this game.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's pretty much what it comes
It's
down
gonna be a Pokemon
to.
game.
Me, I'm excited. Real good.
What else came out of the Nintendo Direct?
Dark Crystal. We had Fire Emblem. Oh, Dan.
Dan,
Let's talk about Fire Emblem.
Wasn't there something in the Nintendo Direct that
Doesn't it look great?
in your wheelhouse?
It's your favorite,
I
right?
was staying silent until I felt like talking about Pokemon because I was tapping into the white hot rage that fuels my existence.
And just so everyone knows, if you
You're a
heard like a
really big Fire Emblem fan,
I
right?
am. And
just
I am
want-
still going to be obligated to suffer through this new game. And I have never been angrier about it than I was when they dropped this most recent trailer.
I'm just gonna say it right now, Dan. You don't have to, but I know you're gonna do it.
I do have to.
So I'm
pretty sure this is
excited.
a form of Stockholm syndrome.
I have to.
I'm excited to see
is.
what gems you can pull out of this gleaming turd.
It is the series that got me into RPGs and turn-based RPGs specifically. I loved it. I still love most of those games. It's the only series I ever went out of my way to find patched, translated versions of older games. That's how much I loved it. Guys, enjoy your generic, even more generic, the most generic anime plot you could possibly have in a fucking video game. So that's what we're getting out of the new Fire Emblem game.
the power of friendship.
I watched that trailer and I try not to go in as cynical as I want to be because I do want to enjoy this.
Yeah.
And even though it's really easy for me to be cynical about stuff.
You don't say.
Yeah.
Really? I thought you were just a gleaming ball of sunshine.
You're a glass half full kind of guy.
Yeah, you got me. A 5-year time skip, whoop-de fucking do, and then you literally are just going through the game and your friends are fighting each other because they're from different nations together in war, but your friendship will be the thing that ends the war and brings you all together God, they actually have that guy give a speech about friendship. I'm sorry, not a speech. It's the speech about friendship that's in every generic anime plot. The speech, tit for tat, in that trailer.
My friends help make me stronger. And, whatever other things. Friends make you stronger. The world needs blah, blah, blah. Friendship, Fire Emblem.
Yeah. In other words, I'm so angry about this, I want to form a lynch mob. But,
Dating.
So if anyone hears on July 26th, if you hear like a really high pitched screaming, that's Dan having just opened his copy of
and turning it on,
turning
and
it
then
on.
being asked to like pick which character he has a crush on.
I do have to say there are some mechanics about it that I think might be interesting. The idea of being able to
Date.
push characters in certain directions and choose their classes and affect their unit growth is cool. But I think that's going to be so inherently tied into wanting to fuck them that it's going to take away the quality of the experience. Enjoy your fucking anime dating sim with elements of strategy RPG, I guess. Thanks, Nintendo. I'm happy.
Are you? Cool.
I could have saved
It's the
that
happiest I've ever heard you
Yeah,
be.
thank you. I could have saved it for
No,
the
that's-
rant, but we were talking about Nintendo, so that was the time to do
No,
it.
that's right. The
The
happiest we
happiest-
ever heard him be was when Keanu
Keanu.
walked. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Keanu Reeves is badass.
Oh my god!
Yeah, he's. I mean, he is rad.
Yeah.
We got Dragon Quest news.
Well, and
Well, not news.
I mean, a
Panzer
release
Dragoon.
date.
Panzer
Yeah.
Dragoon.
yeah,
coming.
Panzer
Well, like
Dragoon for
the
some
addition
fucking
of
reason.
Dragon Quest heroes in Smash, for what it looked like.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
right. Banjo-Kazooie is a new character in Smash,
Yep.
or is going to be a new character in Smash, which Ross, Rubber Ninja Ross from Game Grumps, tweeted out a perfect question. He said, "Hey, Smash team, Kirby Main here, wondering if Kirby, when he takes Banjo, gets his own Kazooie, or if his flesh just molds into a Kirby flesh Kazooie on his back."
I was thinking about
saw that picture,
and it'd
and
be
it was
really
terrifying.
creepy if it was like that. But I feel like they're just gonna go with like a puppet or something like that.
Probably something cute.
Oh,
like
him
that.
him with a puppet. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah. But Ross did illustrate what his concerns. He drew it, and I highly recommend everyone look for that because it is nightmare fuel.
It is
What?
terrifying.
Bleh.
Thanks, I hate it.
Oh man.
There's Damon X Machina got some new gameplay. I still
Got
think
some
it
new
looks cool.
gameplay. I'm getting less interested in it by the second. Astral Chain, I think.
Astral
looks
Chain
amazing.
looks-
yeah,
That's really
I-
cool.
yeah.
Astral Chain looks super.
Astral Chain is going to be amazing.
It looks like it's gonna be a good game, but I'm kind of turned off by it altogether.
Why?
I'm sure the gameplay's fine, but the weird anime plot thing.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm not into the plot or the aesthetic, but the gameplay looks fun.
Yeah, the gameplay looks
gameplay
cool.
is king.
You can't escape. You can't escape the Japanese anime plot from the.
I mean,
Yeah.
Games like that.
I can pick and choose my battles for sure. Like,
Nier Automata was a great game, and this, if I remember correctly, is from the same devs.
yeah.
I think so.
No, it starts with a P though. Oh yeah, it is Platinum
Platinum,
Games.
yeah.
Yeah.
Platinum.
I couldn't get over how much I hated the character designs for Nier Automata. Even though I knew I would like that game, I never played it.
It's
Oh,
cool.
really?
I
I
like it.
hate the way those characters look. Those designs are so fucking dumb to me. I hate it. The enemy designs were okay. They were weird. I liked those, but I hated
I
the
just like
main
the
character.
world.
I really enjoyed that game and the gameplay, and I never beat it, but I don't beat many games. But I thoroughly enjoyed the time that I spent with that game.
I just like games.
I feel like we're forgetting something out of Nintendo's bag of stuff.
The bag of goodies.
I mean, Mario Maker 2, which comes out in
Yeah.
Mario and
like
Sonic
a week.
at the Olympic Games,
Oh, God,
Tokyo
who gives the
2020 on the
tiniest-
hype train.
Do not give the tiniest bit of a fuck.
Contra. Contra?
Oh yeah, that's what it
Actually
was.
looks really
Yeah,
cool.
The new Contra looks like hot fucking
I think
garbage.
it looks interesting.
It looks
The
boring.
new Contra looks fucking terrible.
It looks like it's gonna be repetitive trash.
It looks like fucking someone smeared shit on a wall. And
Spelled out Contra.
yeah.
It's Mantra. Okay.
And it looks like it's a follow-up. It looks like it's a follow-up to Hardcore.
Yeah, that's what I was telling Zeke on the couch. Is like, this looks like it's a follow up to Hardcore, but it looks
Because it's got the fucking dog.
yeah,
And it looks terrible. And it has another animal character.
like a toad looking
which
dude.
I can't remember.
Some bug guy.
But it looked terrible. I did, however, get the Contra collection because, of course, I did.
Well, yeah, because we like to punish ourselves.
Also, the
Cadence of
other
Hyrule.
other news was the
Mana thing?
Mana thing.
Yeah. Well, so they're doing like I'm not calling it an HD update, but like a remake of the one between Legend of Mana and Secret of Mana and Legends of Mana or whatever.
They're doing
Like the third one that never made it
They're
to the
doing a
States.
full remake of the third one.
Yeah.
It is a full remake. But they also actually released a localization in the form of a collection that day of the first three games.
You get the Game Boy one, then you have, the Secret of Mana. Yeah. Again. And then that. And I'm probably gonna be snapping that up when I get that Switch. So
Yeah.
just because I was telling you guys before, I didn't grow up playing that. I saw it and it was kinda like, oh, cool. Go back to my other game here.
Yeah, I never played any of those games.
But when I got
I'm-
my SNES Mini for Christmas forever ago now, that was one of the first things I played because I was like, oh, the project that this was a part of broke in two and became Chrono Trigger and Secret of Mana. And so I was like, I got to see what Chrono Trigger shit's in here.
Sure.
I haven't seen anything so far. I mean, the hair's the same, but when you get the Akira Toriyama design your characters,
You get Akira Toriyama design characters.
yeah, and I love them in the right context and setting. Like Dragon Quest. I've been playing through Dragon Quest right now, and I wish that I had known about that way earlier. Like I'm playing through 8, and it is it's hilarious in intended ways. And the plot is just so fucking ridiculous. But because it's funny, I'm just like, I'm going with it. I'm like, yeah, okay, so I got to get this ship that's in the middle of the desert going. So I got to talk to this moon dude who I can only talk to when the moon passes through a silhouette of a window. And then he's got to go get out the heart for the moon guy to get this mirror for the other thing. And it's a bunch of ridiculous RPG, like JRPG stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't hate it like I normally do. Because it's just goofy. I'm like, yeah, okay, all right.
If you say so, yeah, I'm
Yeah, sure.
I'm-
Of course I have to
in
go
it. I'm
find
on
the
this
other
ride.
thing. It's I think once you accept the fact that you're never going to get away from stuff like that ever again, that you just have more of a good time.
It's called Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah.
Which
Fire
is what I
Emblem.
think you're suffering from a little bit with Fire Emblem.
No,
Not
because
gonna lie. It's like some weird twisted version.
I don't
of
like it.
Stockholm
That's the
Syndrome.
thing. I'm suffering. I know I'm suffering. I don't worship my captors, otherwise known as Nintendo. I am angry at them. I am very upset.
I guess, does that make you enslaved?
Well, according
Kind of, yeah.
according to the Geneva Convention, it is your right to try to escape.
And I'm going to.
Yeah.
If the game actually is bad enough to get me to stop playing, that is a feat. I actively suffer through games sometimes just because you do.
Hey, we've all been
Just
there.
to see if I
when you're
still
talking
live.
about what sort of good things can I extract from this pile of garbage, there are going to be good elements. There will be.
Like Mega Man X7.
Yeah, and I will suffer. I'll suffer to find them. If the game is actually bad enough to get me to stop playing it part of the way through and I never pick it back up again, then I will never buy another Fire Emblem game. But if it is still good enough that it will string me along until the end, I will hold on to hope.
Yep. Like
That's
Mega
fair.
Man, like Sonic, like Mega Man,
Mega Man again.
Final Fantasy.
So other weird announcements out of E3.
Mm.
The TurboGrafx 16 Mini.
Oh yeah, what the
I missed
fuck?
that.
Yeah. So Konami is releasing a TurboGrafx 16 Mini.
I mean, that makes sense, I guess.
They've announced 3 games for it. One of them has to be Bonk's Adventure at some point, but they haven't announced Bonk's Adventure yet.
Was there any other games that I don't... It's been a while since I've thought about the TurboGrafx 16, so that's the only one that I can think of because
Is
that
Bonk's Adventure,
stupid 2-page fucking ad that I saw in magazines with just not Charlie Brown.
I've literally never heard of any of the other games because I never had a TurboGrafx 16. I had one friend who I didn't like very much who had one. And I had one sleepover at their house, played TurboGrafx 16, and used a Ouija board, and that was it.
I know. Wow. I know Lords of Thunder was a particularly popular TurboGrafx 16 game. I know Bomberman was a thing on there. Like, I remember... So... When it came out, there was this like comic book style ad that The Adventures of Johnny Turbo, some TurboGrafx 16 shill.
Sure.
But there was like a secret code you can put in when there's nothing on there. You could play Bomberman. And that's the only thing I remember about it. Oh, that and the cards.
Yeah, they're
the
on
cards.
weird little cards.
So weird.
Yeah, I will probably buy it just because I've got all the other mini consoles
I
so
mean-
far. I may as well just get all of them
Yeah,
now.
the moment I saw it, I was like, Ryan's gonna buy it.
Yep.
You
If
know,
I want to play it, I don't have to buy one.
It's going to
And
have
I don't want to play it.
It's going to have R-Type, New Adventure Island, Ninja Spirit, Wise Book 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Ease book.
Ease Book. I've never
Ease
heard
1
of
and 2, yeah.
it. Dungeon Explorer and Alien Crush. Those are the confirmed games.
It is
R-Type's not bad.
Yeez Book 1 and 2.
Yes.
Not Yeez Book. It's not like Facebook.
Thank you.
Welcome to
Thank you, Ryan.
Drop the
Each book?
Thank you. Thank you.
So yeah, I guess I've heard of some of those. I mean, R-Type,
Yeah.
obviously, New Adventure Island.
Yeah, Ease book.
Yeah, and Ease Book. Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
It's so dumb.
Ease is on Switch.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah. And it's a classic. But yeah.
I've never played it, but I've
but-
seen plenty of screen caps
Yeah.
and
I'll end up getting it. We've got significantly more games that are announced for the Genesis Mini, which I'm very excited for.
getting a sequel to Ukulele somehow. I didn't know that it.
No,
Yeah.
was that announced?
Yeah. Yes. There's a
sure?
sequel to Ukulele coming out.
I heard that there
Is it
were
called
rumors
Tukulele?
of it, but
It's,
yeah, right.
Ukulele.
Watch,
They
they're gonna
need to call it
that.
Tukulele.
They're gonna call it that.
considering Banjo
Ukulele
Tooie.
and the Impossible Layer.
Oh, interesting.
Which
Ukulele
I'm very
was good.
surprised.
Yeah.
I didn't think it did well enough.
It did extremely
Did
well.
it? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
I heard it. I had a
You
very
heard from
muted,
Ukulele?
No, it was
very
great.
muted critical reception. It wasn't.
It was a great game. It was a lot of fun.
I played
It's
it. It was-
exactly
it was
what I
fun.
expected out of
It
it.
was fine. I'd rather see a new Banjo Kazooie.
Yeah, but that's probably not going to happen because Banjo Kazooie is still owned by Rare, and Rare is still owned by Microsoft, and that's just
Microsoft
not
is
gonna
the
happen.
devil.
They could if they can lend Banjo Kazooie to the Switch for Super Smash Brothers. I feel like they should be able to make a whole new game.
Yeah, so Ukulele was made by developers who used to be with Rare.
I know.
So that means that, like, that's their spiritual
Let me
successor
dream,
to Banjo-Kazooie.
okay?
Dreams for sleeping, Tyler.
Dreams are for sleeping.
We're wide awake.
Thank you for.
I can see the perfect sky is torn.
I'm all out of faith.
This is how I feel.
I'm cold and I am shamed.
With Tyler lying naked on the floor.
No one wants to see that. Trust me.
So one thing that oh yeah, Devolver Digital, real quick.
Yeah.
yeah.
They didn't show anything super new, but it was very entertaining.
As always, Devolver, we love you.
Yeah,
We
they
love you.
made an
Send us
entire
clothes.
plot line about them changing to the direct style format and, you know, wall breaking. It's just incredibly entertaining. But they have a new collection of games called the Devolver Digital Bootlegs, and it's all bootlegs of their own games. It's all bootleg versions of their own games.
Okay, all right, Jack.
And
Go.
it looks fucking hilarious. Tyler, can you look that up so we can list off some of the bootleg game titles, because they're fucking great.
I hope it comes in like a 52 and like an Act 52 style like box, you know.
But it's available for now. Like now, it's available on Steam.
Did somebody bring a dog?
What? No.
Oh, there's another dog in here.
Okay.
Oh.
I think some people were looking for a dog last
Hey,
night
Jack,
because
go. Hey,
I was
beat it.
asleep and someone came in.
Enter the Gun Dungeon.
Yeah.
Hotline Milwaukee. Ape Out Jr. Shooty Boots. Downwell. Super Absolver Mini Turbo Fighting Championship. Sorry, I totally messed up the stressing on that. Super Absolver Mini, Turbo Fighting Championship. Castlevania, parodying Gato Roboto.
Yeah.
Piku Biku Ball Stars, parodying Piku Niku. Luff Trousers. Not sure if you pronounce that differently.
Luftrausers.
Instead of Luftrausers. Yeah.
Lufttraus.
Lufthansa was very good.
Yes, it was.
And
was
yeah,
a
those
weird
are the ones
game.
that they have.
Yeah.
here.
So I need to pick that up. It looks hilarious. But
Developed by Doinksoft.
yeah.
There's also that Fallout or Fall Guys as well. That from Devolver. It's Devolver Digital. Did you not see that? It's a weird looking party game that's coming out.
Oh, interesting.
That one is a new one.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I
it's-
watched their direct, and I was paying more close attention to the plot of their direct than actually what they were showing. But yeah,
I actually
as
saw-
always, it's Devolver.
Yeah, it's more ridiculous, crazy,
Looks great.
fun stuff.
Love
but looks
everything.
good.
Yep.
We love you.
And
send us merch.
Please.
as a huge fan of the Xbox Elite controller,
Xbox.
I
Did you?
looked at I looked up the pre-order for the new Xbox Elite controller in Microsoft Store.
Mm-hmm.
$180.
Wow, you could almost buy a Switch for that.
$180 controller.
No thanks.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Pass.
I'll just play on my old school.
Just give me the
crappy
Mad Cats,
controllers.
the Pelican.
Because this is the most comfortable and best controller I have ever used, I will buy it.
That's fair.
All right.
I will end up buying it.
When you,
But
when
wait,
you get it,
when you get that and it's more comfortable than that, you're just gonna be forever cursed. Because like you'll never be able to find another more comfortable controller. So
All controllers
until
will feel-
someone
you'll
comes
just, like,
out
pick
with
up
a
a controller
$400
and be like,
controller.
barbed wire. Ooh.
get some like
This one gently
just some,
massages
some
my.
soap and disinfectant.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
gonna
oh,
have to.
God!
I'm gonna have hand sanitizer whenever I'm using other people's plebeian fucking
No,
controllers.
you have to put on like driving gloves, you know, like lambskin driving gloves. Just like
Fingerless, of course.
you know, I like the throwback thing too.
This is from this generation. Your generation, maybe.
I live in the year 3019.
So I think that pretty much covers everything noteworthy out of E3 this year.
Yeah.
Which was not a ton.
We missed the shining gem of E3.
FIFA 20.
What is
Cool.
sports ball?
Thanks, EA. Thanks for announcing FIFA 20. Nobody knew you were going to make that. Fuck you.
Oh yeah, EA had a press conference, didn't they?
Yeah.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I didn't
No
know.
one gives a shit. There's
FIFA
only
20.
one game from EA
FIFA.
that's coming out that looks any interesting, and that's Fallen Order.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, this isn't related to E3 at all, but I heard that ThinkGeek is done.
Yes. But they're not.
Well, they're
Because
getting like
ThinkGeek
molded
has been
into
owned by GameStop
GameStop,
since
yeah.
2015 as part of GameStop's attempt to
Save themselves.
save themselves because they're getting destroyed by digital distribution. Absolutely fucking wrecked by digital distribution. So they announced way back when that they were shifting more towards collectibles, and it has helped keep them afloat. So they bought ThinkGeek in 2015. I am so pissed off about all of the sensationalized fucking headlines over this. ThinkGeek closes. No, they didn't. They're not going to.
Yeah, they're just kind of doing.
You're going to have to
shifting.
go to GameStop ThinkGeek.com in order to buy your ThinkGeek.com stuff.
Which you could already do
boo-hoo,
anyways.
I'm so sorry.
You could already do that anyways.
Yeah.
Like, and like I see their stuff in GameStop all the time. The only reason I go into GameStops these days is to look at stuff.
Yeah, same.
Yep.
Like, it's like you don't have any games that I want right now because like they're used sections for like 3DS titles. It's always disappointing.
No, are you kidding me? They
ones
got
that-
Spirit Tracks down at my GameStop.
Well, the one by take two. The one by my house. Actually, like the main locations for the most part that I go to, because there's like 3 stores that I bounce between. They never have anything that I want. It's always like a bunch of used copies of things that I already have, games I'm not going to play, or just
And 1,000
like,
copies of Madden 2005 through 2016.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining you walking into a GameStop and like the employee like welcoming you.
Don't talk to me, please.
Talk to me.
You know, I make the minimum amount of dialogue choices on the tree to get to the point where they leave me alone.
You pick the ...
But yeah, you know, I've seen people posting, oh, well, now where am I going to order this? Where am I going to order that? GameStop.com.
I never
you
order
dumb
anything
fuck.
from ThinkGeek anyways, because it's all expensive.
Or go to your local GameStop. If
Yeah.
you want something that is an overpriced, cheaply made replica of your favorite game item, go for it. Or your favorite
Yeah.
sci-fi property. You still have these made by ThinkGeek things at GameStop.
For
That,
now.
That's it. That's it.
Honestly,
That's it.
I like being able to see this, see these things in person, so I can make a better impulse purchase.
Yeah, right.
That's the only reason I want ThinkGeek in the first place. I'm just like, ooh, I got a little extra money. Like, what am I gonna see here?
Yeah.
Oh, cool, a bust of that meme. What, $40 next? Because like
they have it. They're at GameStop. While GameStop exists, that their stock is dying so
Yeah,
hard.
they
are
did
getting,
have a bad-
They are.
yeah.
They're hurting. Like you said, digital
honestly,
media
if
kind of killing them.
GameStop turned into like a toy store with video games as their emphasis, I mean, it already is.
Yeah, I mean,
Like-
it's the smart way to go.
Yeah, just do that because like we don't have toy stores anymore.
Yep.
KB's gone. Toys R Us is gone.
Toys R Us is coming back.
Yeah, well, they need a competitor. They need someone to be in malls
But
that are dying.
we have long since gotten to the end of the podcast.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Did anyone have any rants and or raves this week?
I already did my rant.
I had a minor rant about online dating because
I saw this post.
yeah, I posted about this earlier. Listen, guys, online dating sucks and nobody likes it. If you do like it, then that's weird. But don't base your expectations on finding someone you want to go out with on a TV show. Please don't. Like The Office, I'm so fucking tired of, I'm just looking for the Jim to my Pam. And it's like, you don't have a team of writers developing your character. You're not, there's no way you're going to be anywhere close to this person because they don't exist. They're not a real person. Be a real person. Stop putting dumb shit like that on your dating profile, or I'm going to keep swiping because, I'm, clearly the paragon of physical perfection and desirability and what people are looking for. But it's just dumb. And like, I got it when I was maybe like, 25 and people are putting stuff like on there, but I'm fucking 30 now, man. Like,
Yeah.
I don't have time for this.
Yeah.
So
Also, people should not be. Nibbler can come out here. Oh, okay. People should not be basing their relationships off of fictional characters.
yeah, don't no Jack and
Diane.
I almost said Jack and Diane. Jack and
Are you gonna
Rose
sing
from
a little
Titanic.
Sing a
No,
little ditty about.
no, because life goes on. But it's to me, it's just kind of annoying.
Yeah.
And it's a hallmark of a lack of emotional maturity.
I will say, with online dating, it's immediately like you have what 250, 300 characters to describe yourself, and if like
Where are you
with
dating?
Tinder, well, like in the about
on
you don't have
Are
a
you-
lot of.
Are you
room
dating
to-
on Twitter? Because I didn't know that was a dating.
Yeah, right.
I ran out of room when I'm very verbose when I'm writing.
Then go to
profiles.
OkCupid, dumbass. You
Yeah.
don't go
I guess
dating
I'm thinking
on
about
Tinder.
Tinder.
Or just up your writing game.
clown.
You know what? Never mind. I had a point, and I'm not even gonna finish it. You don't deserve my point.
Addendum. Online dating sucks. So does normal dating.
Correct.
Dating sucks.
But you know,
Actually, you know what? You want to describe yourself in more verbose ways in order to adequately capture a mate? ChristianMingle.com.
Thank you. I'm actually more of a farmersonly.com kind of.
See, I'm more into black
City
meat.
folk just don't get it.
I saw that black metal meat.
No, black people meat.
Black people.
Oh, black people meat. No, I saw one that was for black metal.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dan, you're home.
he's not a
I
black
like
metal
black
guy. Dan's never gonna threaten to burn a church down for those reasons.
Any other rants and or raves?
No.
All right. On that note, be a real person in your dating profile. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
Bye bye.
Bye.
See you guys in FIFA 20.
Luke, it says I'm locked out of my account again.
Subscribe.